Digimon Professor says...
Oh god.
With any franchise that comes from another country, you're obviously going to have the ongoing debate about names. Sometimes people prefer the originals. Sometimes they prefer the dub. Me personally, with Digimon, it's a mixture. I couldn't care less which one you use, but for me, I tend to mix and match, because there are some that I prefer from Japan, and then there's some that I prefer from it, I guess, England? I mean, that's where English is from. And what better way to continue my hot takes series, but by giving you literally like 100 hot takes? So let's jump into it. Now, a couple of rules before I jump into which ones I prefer. I'm not going to be talking about ones that are just obvious translations, like take for example, Yukimi Botamon. Yuki is Japanese for snow, so no shit it would be called Snow Botamon in English. That's just a given. And another one that I'm not going to be talking about is when we put different letters in, but it's still the same name, it's just easier to spell and pronounce. With those two out of the way, let's jump in. Obviously, the first one to give to Japan has to be Omegamon. I can tell that Bandai of America fucking regrets calling Omegamon Omnimon, because it was all well and good that he was called Omnimon until this little fucking shit stain was born, and then they realized, oh fuck, Alpha and Omega, why didn't we fucking think of that? Because for whatever reason, one of the strangest things in the DM20 is Omegamon Alter S. You think he'd be called Omnimon Alter S, but no, they've just changed it to Omegamon Alter S. So I can tell that they regret it, but the English fans are so stubborn that they keep calling him Omnimon. So point to Japan. However, let's talk about one of the other Digimon, Dorugoramon. I fucking hate this red fucker. However, in English he's called Doru Greymon. Now, this is going to be a bit of a weird thing. However, because it's a line that bleeds into Alphamon, I kinda like it more being called Doru Greymon, so that the connection between Omegamon and Alphamon is more apparent on both sides. Another one that I think is honestly really good is Burning Greymon. In Japan he's called... How the fuck do I even say that? Vitramon?
Vitramon.
Hear me out. The spirits from Frontier are reincarnations of the original ancient Digimon. The spirit of fire comes from ancient Greymon. So naming the beast spirit Burning Greymon just works so much better on a level that connects it all together. It's nice and cohesive. This is the better name. Flare-Rizamon? Or Flare-Lizamon? I don't get why they changed it. It's obviously a fire lizard that's been redubbed into, like... Was this just like a fucking jab at the fact that they can't pronounce the L? This one is a tough one to decide. Gallantmon is just a name that I'm very used to, especially from watching Tamers. However, Jukemon is easier to spell. I'm not a spellman, so I'm gonna go with the easier spelling. So Jukemon wins. Huh, I didn't know this one actually had a different name. Holomon and Holsemon. I'll be honest, Holsemon actually rolls off the tongue a lot better. English wins. Holomon. Yeah, fuck that. Phoenixmon. It's a fucking phoenix. Why are we calling it this stupid fuck-off name? Is it a Pokemon thing? This one is a bit of a tough one for me. Jaeger Loemon or Kaiser Leomon? The name's completely different. Now, Ancient Sphinxmon doesn't have anything to do with Leomon. However, the English name kinda hints at what happens to Koichi, so... This one's tough. I actually don't know. I'm gonna give it a draw. Yeah, I can give draws if I want to. Got a problem with it? Fuck off, make your own video, cunt. Karatasuki Numa... Fuck that. No, it's Shell Numamon. Fucking, what a stupid name. Shell Numamon. Okay, this one's really odd. Cory Kakumon or Blizzarmon. As much as I kind of find it weird that I'm calling this big furry fuck Cory, it just feels a bit weird that they just didn't call it Blizzardmon. Just put a fucking D in him. Oh, no, this isn't my Smash or Pass series. English wins. Okay, this one's just stupid. Goatmon or Ornixmon. Now, I want to take a moment for you, chat, to tell me which one is from Japan. If you said Ornixmon, you're wrong. It's Goatmon. And he's a fucking goat.
It's a fucking goat!
Obviously. Right? So Japan wins this one. Okay, this one's really weird. I'm actually technically doing 3 names here, because they've just sort of confused it. So we have Bearmon in Japan, or Kumamon in English. However, Kumamon is the name of the little fucking snow bear from Frontier, who is called Jukemon in Japan. I don't know why we untranslated Bearmon to Kumamon in English. It just seems a bit fucking weird. Like, why would we do that? Obviously, we're gonna stick with Bearmon. He's a fucking bear. So, alright. Japan wins on the Bearmon front. However, I don't know if I like Jukemon. That just seems like that doesn't really scream Ice Bear. Kumamon screams Ice Bear more because he's a fucking bear. So, 1 point to English, the other point to Japan. Obviously, I'm gonna go with Lilithmon. However, she was once called Lilithmon for X-Rose Wars. I really don't get why. Like, how is the word Lilith offensive and needs censoring? Like, obviously I'm gonna give it to Japan, but like, her name isn't something like Lord Nightmon or Crusadermon. I mean, both of them don't really fit this guy. He's more of a suave member of the Royal Knights. I really don't know. I really don't know which one I like more. I will probably give it to English. I feel like it's a little more easier on the tongue than Lord Nightmon. So, Crusadermon wins. Wait, there's a difference for this? It's either Chaos Mode from English or Falldown Mode from Japan. And look, I'll be honest, I've always just called it Falldown Mode. It fits for a Fallen Angel Digimon. So, yeah, why wouldn't you call this thing Falldown Mode? Also, can I just go on record? Like, we've got Mastermon. It's a fusion between Angelmon and Lady Devimon. Right? Like, we all know that. So how come Lucemon Falldown Mode isn't a fusion of Angemon and Devimon? I feel like that's right there, especially with the twin wing motif. Mega Kabuterimon or Atlabimon? This one really confused me because I thought for the longest time the reason they called him Atlabimon was because there was a beetle called the Atla beetle. I tried to look it up just now and there's no such thing as an Atla beetle. So I'm just going to stick with what I feel best, and that's Mega Kabuterimon. Alright, I'm throwing this one in because this one is just a pet peeve of mine. We got Pegasusmon or Pegasusmon. Obviously, you just go with Pegasusmon. It's the name of the creature and the mon. So, another point to English. Speaking of which...
Baba Booey.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to be talking about this one. This one falls into the same category as the last one. Armadillomon is the full fucking name. Don't get clever with me, Japan, and just half the word, you lazy prick. Okay, this one is a bit of a tough one for me as well. Lydramon or Rangermon? We ended up getting Rangermon in Atlabimon, but no one talks about Atlabimon, so neither will I. However, it makes a lot more sense to go with Lilithmon because lightning, so I guess I give it to Japan. This one makes more sense. Okay, you guys knew this fucking one was coming. This is probably the reason why I'm so stubborn with these names. What the fuck name is this? Alamalacarimon? Alamakurimon? Alahakbarmon? How do you fucking say this one? Obviously, you go with Scorpiomon because it's a fucking scorpion. So, yeah, English wins. This name is fucking cancer to say. And this also applies to Skull Scorpiomon because, let's be honest, anything to avoid calling this prick its Japanese name, obviously I'm going to side with that side, so Skull Scorpiomon, suck it. I actually didn't know this one had a fucking different name. Bakumon or Tapiammon? I actually had no idea. This one actually surprises me. I'm gonna go with Tapiammon because it's a tapir on a cloud. This one's stupid. Wendimon or Wendigomon? A Wendigo is an actual thing, so obviously I'm gonna side with the English pronunciation of this. Like, what is this meant to be? A Digimon that works with Wendy's? Yatagaramon or Crowmon? Obviously, I'm going to go with the Japanese thing because it's based off the Japanese mythology of the Yatagarasu. I think that's the full pronunciation of it. So yeah, Japan wins. And, well, there you go. That's literally all the ones that I could be bothered covering. I know that I've missed quite a few. However, they were probably either really obscure or I just didn't notice them on this list. So I guess if you really want to know my opinion on which name is better, I guess comment down below and I'll just let you know if it's English or Japan that I prefer. But there you go. A heap of hot takes just for you. Oh, I bet you're real happy about that one. I can't imagine this video would upset anyone. I can't imagine this being any kind of rage bait. Oh, nah. No way. No way. You guys are calm about this, right? Anyway, go fuck yourself, suck my balls, eat my asshole, and fuck your mum. Bye.